So welcome to the training. It's really good to have you here. I just want to talk you through a few things before we get started. This is Profit Protector Pro. If you don't have it already or you don't know what it is, basically it's a Chrome extension, it's a desktop app, and it's a mobile app. And it's basically what I consider the most innovative repricing solution available in the marketplace in 2021. And it's only going to get better. So a lot of people are using really dinosaur old stuff that's really not providing the results they expect, and it's actually causing a lot of problems that they're unaware of. So if you're not a Profit Protector Pro customer, then you need to look at this and listen to this. But let's get started. So I've got a few slides here. This is the 13th of July 2021 training session. I want to talk to you about Amazon's top 3 priorities, right? And a lot of people don't realize this, so it's really important. But priority number 1, and it's what's made Amazon such a huge company, is their customer. They are so customer focused, so customer centric, and it's paid off for them big time. So what do they care about when it comes to repricing and your products? They care about the customer getting the best price possible. What's their priority number 2? It's Amazon. So once the customer's taken care of, priority number 2 is Amazon. So what are you guessing priority number 3 is? You'd like to think it's you, the seller, but the truth is priority number 3 is also Amazon. I say this a little bit tongue in cheek, but any seller will admit if they've been selling on Amazon for a while, it definitely feels this way, even if the rhetoric coming out of Amazon is not quite this way. But basically, it's not a bad thing. It is what it is. Amazon's a great platform. We're fully supportive of it. But the priority is the customer, then the priority is Amazon. You don't really feel like you come into it anywhere. And the honest truth is, you're not one of their priorities. They care about the sellers. Of course they do. Without you guys, they wouldn't make, I think the sales volumes like 65% plus sales on Amazon are through third-party sellers. So they can't ignore us. They can't ignore the sellers. But the truth is, you're not their priority. The priority is the customer, and then their priority is Amazon, which is fair enough. If you were running their business, you probably run it the same way too. So let me talk to you about why using Amazon's free repricer is a mistake. Now, going back to the priorities, what are Amazon's priorities? The customer, so getting the best price for the customer, and then the priority is obviously themselves. They don't care, and this is truth, and they couldn't even deny this. They don't care if you make money or not. Obviously, they want you to make money and they want you to have a sustainable long-term business so you'll continue to sell on Amazon. But they don't care if you sell at break even forever. They don't care if you sell at a loss. In fact, why should they? They're a business, you're a business. It's for you to make those decisions. They only care about the customer and care about themselves. And it's your duty to take care of your decisions as the seller and as a business owner. So they're making their decisions based on their business and their customers. You need to make a decision based on your business and your customers. So Amazon's created this free repricer because they know repricing is important. They know giving their customers a lower price helps people come back to Amazon so they get more customers and their priorities are taken care of. But the problem with Amazon's free repricer is, and if this has changed, I'm unaware of it. I've not heard anybody talk about this. I was the first person that spotted this that I know of. But basically, the way Amazon's repricing works is if the listing is selling on average at 20, 23, like this example, for example, the average selling price for non-Amazon sellers is about £23, £24, £25 or something like that. Now, if you were both, if Tim and Beth in this example, okay, I've just made up people, but let's say they're 2 sellers that are selling via FBA, selling via Amazon, and they both enter their minimums. They're using Amazon's free reprice and they both enter their minimums as £10 or $10. But the average selling price for non-Amazon sellers on this listing is £23, right? What would Amazon do? Amazon go, okay, so Tim's minimum's £10, Beth's minimum's £10. Okay, cool. Let's reprice down to £10. So they're both repricing downwards to get the buy box, and the both minimum is £10 or $10. What does Amazon do? It doesn't do the, well, we'll try 22.98 and then 22.97, and then 22.96, and then 22.95, which could take a while for the prices to go down to the minimums because they're both fighting it out. No, they just go, well, we know your minimums are 10 for Tim and Beth. You're both using Amazon's free repricer, so we know your minimums. So let's just cut to the chase and let's go down to 10. So what Amazon would do in their free repricer is drop the prices down to $10 or £10. If that happens, you don't get the advantage of selling for some profit on the way down. You just go to your minimums instantly. Now, Amazon might think that's super efficient, and people mistakenly sometimes say Amazon's reprice is really fast. Well, yeah, it is fast at dropping your price. If two sellers are selling for $10 or £10, it will drop it like a rock. It doesn't know or care that you've got no profits or very little profits at these levels. It just does what you say. So I'm not complaining about it. It's great because it's free and it's a tool, and why not? But for all but the most beginners of sellers, Amazon's free repricer is not optimal. It will cost you money in reduced sale prices and therefore reduced profits. It's unlikely to make you money because of this exact thing. So it moves us on to why you're really here, which is rules-based repricing versus algorithmic repricing. So when I talk about rules-based versus algorithmic, one is I'm talking about the competition out there in the marketplace for paid for repricers. Now you might say, why use a paid repricer when you can get Amazon free repricer? Well, I just told you why. Because Amazon's priorities are Amazon and the customer. Your priorities are obviously a win-win-win. So you do want the customer to get a good price. You do want Amazon to make money. So they'll continue to offer this amazing service of third-party selling on Amazon. But ultimately, your priorities are, and they should be this, for you to make money. You owe it to your business and to your family and whoever you're doing it for, your future dreams, whatever. You owe it to everybody concerned with you and your business to do this profitably and sustainably. Which leaves you with, repricing with no repricer is not an option in 2021. It's just not good enough. You're just really losing out, and maybe losing out by 1 penny. So realistically, using no repricer is not an option. Using Amazon's free repricer is really going to cripple you somewhat, and it's really going to cost you money. So yeah, it might be free up front, but it's going to cost you in profits, which leaves us with the paid repricing options, rule-based versus algorithmic. Now, let me tell you a little bit about this. So until recently, the last few years, rule-based repricing was the way to go. It was the way of repricing. It was basically two sellers on a listing, one seller using rule-based repricer, and they go, I want to be a penny cheaper than that seller no matter what till this minimum. And that's what rule-based repricing is basically. And you can set up different rules, but basically it's very, very simple. It just does what you tell it, which is fine. And that worked until about 2015. It worked really well. And it works still in a vacuum of no sellers and no algorithms. But nowadays things have got tougher. Competition's got more smart and more intelligent. And now you're up against algorithmic repricers, and rule-based really doesn't cut it anymore. So let me talk to you about rules-based. Well, it works well at first. So you'll turn it on, you'll set up a new repricer, you'll turn it on, and you'll see a spike in sales. And you're like, wow, where has this been my whole life? It's really working well. Your sales go through the roof, and you sell loads of stuff really fast. And then it quickly drops off as prices normalize. And you're scratching your head thinking, does this repricer not work anymore? Or am I doing something wrong? Or what's happened? And you'll have seen it if you've used a rule-based repricer. And like I say, most of the paid repricers tend to be rules-based, or the majority of it usually is rules-based. You've seen it. You turn it on, you see a big spike. A month later, your sales are like when you didn't have a repricer, and you're scratching your head thinking, why am I even paying for this repricer if my sales have just dropped off? So that's the thing that happens with rule-based repricers a lot. They also tend to cause price tanking. So the very thing that you'd like repricers to work against, they actually cause. So if two sellers are aggressive, and let's face it, if there's 50 sellers on a listing or 20 sellers on a listing, it only takes two sellers to be aggressive, then the repricer is actually the things that causes the price tanking. So you see the prices drop, the penny race to the bottom starts, which is annoying and sucks. And don't you wish every seller would just play nice, but they don't. And rules-based reprice are actually the thing that causes the race to the bottom and drops the prices through the floor. So that's another bad thing about rule-based repricers. And then they've got an obsession with buy box only. Like some of the big names in repricing, which are rules-based, actually default out of the box to penny under repricing. So they are basically saying, yeah, we'll drop your price. Don't worry, we'll drop your price. We'll get you the buy box. Yeah, but when 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 sellers are all doing the same thing, all dropping prices, it price tanks almost as fast as Amazon's free repricer would when it's competing against itself. But this obsession with buy box only gets you low profits and poor business performance. And like I say, rules-based worked great in 2015. Well, it's now 2021. It just doesn't cut the mustard anymore. So moving on to Profit Protector Pro algorithmic repricing. Well, Profit Protector Pro is able to use narrow AI. When I say narrow, it just means it's not like Terminator 2 stuff. Narrow AI is AI focused on one specific thing. So narrow AI might, I don't know, learn the temperature in your house, for example. That's narrow AI, but it ain't going to be making you some toast in the morning, and it's not going to be driving your car for you or taking your kids to school. So narrow AI is still amazing at AI. It's artificial intelligence, but it's just based on learning the listing, okay, and dominating the listing. What is it also able to do? It gets higher profits whilst maintaining buy box dominance. So I've seen some people out there saying, no, if you increase the prices, you lose the buy box. No, you don't. That's what rule-based repricers creators want you to think and falsely put out there into the world, or uneducated sellers that haven't tried Profit Protector Pro's algorithms, because if you had tried it, you'd know that that wasn't true. Putting the price up doesn't lose you the buy box. Now it does if you do it in a rudimentary and raw and unintelligent way. If you was just to put a penny over current price, rules-based repricer on it, yeah, you're quickly going to lose the buy box, okay? It doesn't work like that. But the beauty of it is when you're learning the listing, you build up a picture of the listing and the competition and the prices and everything that's happened to the prices in that listing, and you're able to make smart decisions. Now, you couldn't make those decisions because you couldn't collect the data fast enough, but Profit Protector Pro's AI algorithms do collect that data, which means you get higher profits whilst maintaining buy box dominance. So you're not forced to lose the buy box. We've got tons of users out there that have openly and publicly screenshotted and stated that they are selling for loads more than the rest of the sellers that are selling for a lot less. And that's because of the algorithms within Profit Protector Pro doing this AI thing. You don't need to worry exactly how it works, but it just does work. And the proof in the pudding is out there. It's everywhere. There's loads of sellers that have posted screenshots of this stuff. There's loads of people that have stated in Profit Protector Pro Facebook group and elsewhere that I'm selling for loads more. And it's not a rare occurrence, and it's not a 1 in a million type thing. And it's not one of those weird, rare artifacts. This is a thing that Profit Protector Pro does. So we're able to take the buy box from lower price sellers and from Amazon and keep the buy box whilst increasing the price. So upwards focused without reducing in the buy box time. And also better performance and making more money and more sales. So that's what Profit Protector Pro's algorithms do. So really, if it's 2021 or if you're watching this in 2022 or something, you're going back in time. Honestly, using a rules-based repricer or a free repricer really is not the answer. You need to be using an algorithmic repricer. Now, Profit Protector Pro algorithms are unique and proprietary. You cannot get them anywhere else, and they are really going to shoot your prices to the moon, and you really need to give it a good try. So, Matt, are you biased against rule-based repricers? You seem like you're just trying to trash the competition, because they're mostly rule-based. Even in 2021, they're mostly rule-based. Hey, a lot of the competition even try and bash blooming algorithms. It's like, just use them, and then you'll know you can't bash them, because the truth is they work better than rules-based. And if you're saying, are you biased, Matt? No, because Profit Protector Pro has both options. We offer rules-based repricing in there, included in the price, and we offer algorithmic repricing. But unlike our competition, that either don't have algorithmic repricing, or they limit the amount of listings you can have the algorithms working on, because it's really expensive for them to run algorithmic repricing. That's why most of the competition don't like to do it, or don't do it. If they could even code it in, they limit the amount of listings you can apply the AI algorithms to. So it's like, we don't do that. We've got both options. Every listing you've got in your account, you can use algorithms or rules-based. It's up to you. But trust me, for 99% of the time, 99% of situations, algorithms will beat rules-based. So anybody saying anything else is either inexperienced, uneducated, or just trying to pull the wool over your eyes because they've got ulterior motives. We have both. We have rules-based, we have algorithms. So that's just the truth. Now, if your repricer only has rule-based repricing, you are losing money and you are losing sales. That's just the truth. So, 2 of the reasons Profit Protector Pro is able to get you better results than the competition, before we go into the meat and potatoes of the training, whereby we break all this stuff down for you. Well, in our tests, a lot of price change notifications are either never sent by Amazon, or for one reason or another get lost along the way. I don't know if it's corrupted information or data, or it just don't get sent, or I don't know why or what. But there's a bunch of reasons, I'm sure. But the price change notifications don't come from Amazon. Most of them do. The vast majority of them do. But if that's 70% on a particular day, then you're missing 30%. If it's 90% on a particular day, you're missing 10%. I don't know exactly how many price change notifications get lost, but this is a fact. Price changes happen, and then the notification from Amazon to your repricer get lost. So then if your repricer doesn't know about that price change, it cannot do anything. And if it cannot do anything, you are losing out. Well, literally about 50% of our server bill, which is expensive, our server bill is 6 figures per year. We pay Amazon AWS, so we've got the best servers in the game, and for this server cloud computing capability type thing. And at approximately 50% of our bill is spent on manually checking these prices. Now, other repricers don't do this. If they don't get notified of a price change, they don't do anything. So literally 50% of the unseen cost, it's not a cost to you, it's a cost to us, we spend on making sure that if there's a price change, we know about it, so these notifications don't get lost. Now, most of these repricer creators, they either don't know about this or they bury their head in the sand. They don't want to know about this. But trust me, this is a thing, okay? And it's one of the reasons why Profit Protector Pro is so sharp and our algorithms work so well, because we spend so much money on getting the actual data, not just the data that we're being told and that we can pick up. So also, our algorithms learn the listing using AI, so it gets better over time, not worse like a rules-based repricer does. So whereby you see that drop off in prices and your increase in sales, and then all of a sudden everything seems to stop working like a few weeks later, a month or two later with a rules-based repricer, that doesn't really happen with us. Rules-based reacts to just what's happening right now with very basic information. And again, we do have rules-based options if you want them, but it just reacts to what's happening right now. So it's like a cat or a dog. It's in the moment. I'm hungry. Give me some food. But our algorithms are more intelligent than that, and they know where it can get the buy box, where it will lose the buy box, and learns in real time using poke tests to see what it can get away with. And the result basically is higher prices with no reduction in average in the buy box percentage. So you make more money, more sales, faster using Profit Protector Pro. And honestly, the dinosaur old school competition and some of the new guys that don't have the algorithms, they don't do what Profit Protector Pro does. So please don't just look at prices and features and assume that that's everything. It really isn't. Profit Protector Pro has some real baked in core technology that other repricers don't have, that are able to dominate the competition and really, really, really take things to a next level. So having said all that, just getting that basic stuff out the way, we're going to break down some of the features and how they will help you in Profit Protector Pro. So let's get into the training.